interwebs. I am Sebastian Piccione from Famous Faces and Funnies and GonnaGeek.com, and this is F3G2. Alright, this is the regular weekly episode. You may notice I'm still dressed like the Free Comic Book Day episode. We just finished filming it. It's on the same camera. But we're going to do this quick, and I don't know, you'll probably see, or maybe you'll see this before you see the other one. Depends on when Steven gets it up and the embargo date for the other one being Monday. Alright, so let's hope that the phone stops ringing quickly, and let's start off with Batman and Turtle number 3. Spoilers. There's spoiler in here. A spoiler origin for New 52 that is basically spoilers origin anyway, but fit nicely. Not shoehorned, fit nicely, organically. They love to say that about stories. In the New 52. So damn good. Plus, we've learned something. DC's got 3 weeklies that they've planned. They've got Future's End, they've got World's End, and they've got Batman Eternal. This tells us 2 things. 1, the future may end, the world may end, but Batman will never end. And 2, that 19 years later, the movie title, Batman Forever, is still so weighted down with how bad that movie was that they can't use it for a cover. Game over. Avengers Undercover number 3. Holy crap for number 3s, because Batman Eternal number 3, hook, line, sinker, greatest thing ever. And then this had the holy fuck moment of the day. I hope that's not a we can weasel our way around it. Holy crap. This was so good. Jonah Hex number 30. Jonah's back in his time. He's back in his face. He's got his full face because of the cosmetic surgery he had when he was in Modern Times. And he meets Tallulah Black, who doesn't believe it's him. And then, of course, there's Madam 44 as the backup story. Really, really good. Kind of vengeance-filled Western with that's Jose Garcia Lopez on the artwork. Yes. Where's the title page? Damn you, comic book! Why must you make me hunt? Yeah, it's Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. One of my favorite comic book artists of all time. Original Sin, Who is the Watcher, number 0. So good. Watcher feels. Who knew? Mark Waid. Oh, I love that guy. He'll punch me in the gut with every book he writes. And he does. It's Sam, the new Nova, and the Watcher. And basically, it makes me sad for the fact that Original Sin is going to kill the Watcher. Because he and Sam could have been good little mentor, hero in training kind of thing going on. Teen Titans number 30 ends like the series ran. Just a mess of incoherent what the fuck. There's a lot of endings a lot of things wrapped up that seem kind of forced and whatever, and then halfway through it just cuts abruptly short for no reason. There's not a lot that actually happens here. Really, this book is going to end in the annual, and this whole book is just a kind of fill in. It just feels like filler for waiting for the annual. There are some backup stories in here. I really liked the art, Scott Collins' art on the Beast Boy bunker backup story. That was pretty good. There's I didn't care at all, couple page story of not Impulse. He's the Bartor, Kid Flash, and a depowered what's her name, Solstice, in their future prison, whatever the hell. Plus, Skitter returns because no one demanded it, and her mom. I can't tell who anybody is in this, but her mom may be. Her mom is either Amanda Waller or a great Amanda Waller impersonator, which is just odd to me. Either way, and then leaves by telling them, okay, make sure you watch her this time, take good care of her, and then we've already got the lineup for the new Teen Titans team, and she's not on it, so apparently they didn't do such a great job watching that. Ultimate FF number 1 is cool. I may read it for the reviews. I don't know if I'm going to continue purchasing all of them, but I was curious about it, and it has Ultimate Falcon in it, and I like any version of the Falcon. Tony, I think. I mean, it's Joshua Hale Falco, so I like him anyway. But he writes Tony Stark less genius, more as it's almost like they're trying a little too hard to give him that Robert Downey Jr. feel, and almost forgot that they say in that little here's his IQ, super genius or whatever the hell he is, but they don't really play up the genius part. Daredevil #2. This is good. The Shroud, who's kind of was always like a kind of darker Daredevil, kind of where he would do like the Green Hornet thing of pretending he was a supervillain, pretending he was a villain crime lord guy, so he could take down crime from the inside. Apparently, he got a little lost in his pretending and has gone a little too far towards ye old dark side. Really, really good. Fracture 404. I'm sad this is over. I want more Fracture again. This is great. This is one of my favorite books. This is a multiple personality guy who is several heroes, several villains, including Virtue and Malice, two complete arch enemies. And then he cloned himself. He had a clone made of himself so that the Virtue personality could be put into it, but without the rest of the personality to round it off, he started becoming unstable. So he needs to recruit the bad guy personality in him to take it down. But when you let a bad guy out, even for just an hour, shit can happen. One of the best parts, though, is the names. There's a page here that just shows all these characters standing around. I think it's like all the villains, and the names for some of them are. I am so jealous that I didn't come up with. There's like a Poison Ivy type chick named Bad Seed. I am so heartbroken that was not mine. I love that. I love that beyond words. Harbinger #22, Death of a Renegade. They did a great job of setting up the fact that at this point you wouldn't be surprised if it was any of them. They don't give it away yet because it's part one of. This is just part one. But they're gonna. We know they're killing somebody. But oh my God, it's like they gave. If this was a horror movie, and normally there's that setup that makes you go, "Oh, he's gonna die." No, you're sitting there going, "It could be any of them." So good, so good. Jackhammer #3, written by Brandon Barrows. One issue left, and I'm dying. This is. We meet the Black Smile, a supervillain serial killer of superheroes. That's never a good thing, and and just the name, the Black Smile, just lets you know this it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty, but this is so good. Justice League United #0. I'm already a huge fan, and I will say that while I never doubted Jeff Lemire for a minute, I will admit that 95% of why I love this book was Mike McCone can draw. It is just so pretty, so clean. I love it. I love it. I like the new Animal Man costume, which I didn't really like for most of the run of Animal Man. There were a couple people who could draw, but Mike McCone makes this look so clean, so sharp, and so good that it made. I think I just fell in love with it. Slight tweaks to Adam Strange. Big tweak to Alana. Not quite an alien princess anymore, but I'm okay. In Jeff Lemire I trust, so it's all good. Larfleeze is #10. I bought it, regrettably. It's not great, but it's got Nort, and I like Nort. And Nort is actually not as incapable. He's still a joke, but he's not the joke he used to be. He's like a capable, silly character, and that.
So he's a joke, not a screw up.
Yeah, he's a joke, not a screw up. We'll go with that. Letter 44. So good, so good. We've got a baby born in space. We've got a current president and a former president, not real life presidents. Don't get all politicky on me. I'll punch you in your shit. You ruin my comic book show with your politics. But you've got a current president who calling out the president before him as they've got this kind of Black Ops war going on behind the scenes for who's in power with everything that's going on with this alien discovery. Really, really good. Red Lantern. Oh, more Charles. Look at the Charles Soule. I didn't even put them back together like that on purpose. It just worked out that way. Red Lantern's #30. Charles Soule and Jim Calafiore. So good. I am loving Red Lanterns right now. I'm loving it. Also, it took Red Lanterns to get me to like New 52 Supergirl again. I liked her for like the first bit of the book, and then gradually lost track and went from really not liking her to just really indifferent. And this whole Red Lantern story back and forth between here and what Tony Bedard's been doing in Supergirl put me right back on track. It's so good. Superior Spider-Man team up. I don't know if the series is done or not, but this ends with everything that's happening in here is a flashback. It's Doc Ock's memories, but in Peter's head, and Peter is remembering one of the high points of the fact that there was some not everybody is all evil or all bad, and he's remembering some of the good that was in Doc Ock even before their swapperoo. And it's got Ron Friend's art on the Spidey book, so that's awesome. Secret Origins #1. I really didn't want to like this because I thought they've only been doing New 52 for like 3 years. What do they need Origins for? Most of what they've done in New 52 has been Origins, and for $5.99, really. But no, Greg Pak gives me the best Superman, the best, most concise Superman origin of the New 52. Hell, it's better than Man of Steel. Higgins. So yeah, that's Pak and Week. Pak and Weeks. Kyle Higgins and Doug Mahnke do the Dick Grayson Robin origin. Pitch perfect, wonderful. And then Tony Bedard on Supergirl. It's good. It's still a good story. It's just unfortunately because it's in here with two such great stories that it almost takes away from it. But it holds its own. Batman Superman. Finally giving us part 3 after we've already read part 4 of this storyline, First Contact. I love the way this book looks. They actually, Greg Pak has done something that even the old 52 couldn't do. They made me like the new kid hero, the kid toy maker. I love him. He's not quite villainous in this, but I love what they've done here. Guardians of the Galaxy 14. Shit gets real. Star-Lord's daddy says, yeah, I'm just going to separate my boy from his team of Guardians. And each story in here, there's pieces where they're all kind of separate and things go down, and it doesn't go well. And, it looks like Star-Lord, if he can save himself, is going to have to go help put his team together. But they've got help on the way. Spoiler in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you knew she was coming, but yeah, look who's going to come have to save the day. Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers to the rescue. There's a Groot backup story that's like the origin, literally like the prepubescent origin of Groot, and why he likes Rocket so much. Apparently, Groot has always had a thing for anthropomorphic fuzzies from space. And the whole race, his entire race, just saying, I am Groot. But even with what they did with the word bubbles, I'm going to throw out a letterist out here because he deserves some mention. That is lettered by letterer VC's Corey Pettit. Did a great job of actually conveying the emotion and different nuances to the various I Am Groots. And that was called Groot's Tale. And then there's a story of the original future Guardians of the Galaxy. Made me really happy and promises that they may get to, despite the fact that Marvel Universe, the big deal is that they just broke the timeline. Well, apparently the broken timeline is affecting into the future, so these guys may have to go break the timeline a little more and come have Guardians of the Galaxy meet Guardians of the Galaxy, so everyone wins. Flash, number 30, introduces Wally West.
Finally.
Yeah, they introduce him in the future because that future Flash is very upset. He's broken. And this answers the question. The Solicit said Flash has to try and help Wally, who he's failed before. In the future, he fails this Wally West, and Wally West dies, and that's what fractures the Flash of the future. It breaks it. He kind of has a breakdown, and is going to come down and try and undo all of that. Apparently, it'll work. But yes, Internet, to tie in with the show or not to tie in with the show, whatever their reason is, you can pull out your whining now because Wally West, he's black. I'm fine with this. To the extent of I have no problem with the idea. I don't know why you have to change an existing character. It's one thing when you change a different person into the suit and give, hey, here's, like in Earth 2 where Val Zod is going to be the new Superman and he's black, as opposed to just going back and saying, oh, Clark Kent is black. But So you can either cry about it or not. I'm cool with the whole, because
Don't really hate it. It's just a matter of why.
yeah, it's indifferent if it matches better with the show, because apparently Wally West's uncle and or father, depending on what they cast him as in the show, is one of my favorite actors from Law and Order. So I'm good with the whole transition right there. Fantastic Four, number 3. I'm done with this. Fantastic Four, periodically people want to deconstruct it, but it doesn't always work, and this isn't working. This isn't working. Superman number 30 is okay. It introduces it does some setup for the Superman Doomed, which I gotta say I'm not at all feeling. There are some good moments in this, and I was surprised by I like what they've done. You get the new 52 Eradicator in here, and it's an interesting concept and an interesting take on it. He's not in a swirly costume anymore. He's basically like the soul of the planet, and when planets die naturally, they all get an Eradicator that kind of births out of them and helps lead the planet into its entropy. Kind of like a mercy killing of yourself, the spirit that eases the pain of the planet. So he's there, and he's come to warn Superman about not Doomsday, but about himself. Because as we know, this isn't going to end with Superman killing Doomsday. This is going to end with Superman turning Superman into Super Doom. So I have a hard time being motivated for any of that. But I did like the new Eradicator. And then Skyward, Volume 2. This is Jeremy Dale. This is a trade collecting the next 3 issues of Jeremy Dale's Skyward comic with Action Lab. I love this book. This has the Rabbites. Rabbites are like talking rabbit people, a warrior race that looks like rabbits and gets mad when you call them rabbits, but they're talking anthropomorphic rabbits is what they are. One of them is freaking huge, makes my cameraman look like a little guy. He's just huge. So it's so good. I love this book.
I can fight him now.
There's your new Halloween costume. So, all right, interwebs. For me, that was pretty damn quick.